Pesantren MIBS Kebumen, Swidu semakin maju. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What if we live in a world where COVID-19 never existed within the first place? And what if we live in a world where everything changed because of COVID-19? And finally, what if we live in a world where humanity has been wiped out by COVID-19? Good morning everyone, my name is Jundia, a student who is currently studying in a school called SMA Al-Hikmah Boarding School Batu. And today, I'm going to be talking to you all about why us Muslims should be optimistic to face COVID-19 during the month of Ramadan. Now, do you all think that being optimistic is useful? If you think about it, the answer is actually yes. Quoted by Nicholas Murray, a former president of Columbia University, optimism is essential to achievement. It is also the foundation of true progress and courage. We should all see the upcoming month of Ramadan as another test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, how to pass this test? Well, in my opinion, we should all have optimism inside us. It's true that gaining optimism is not easy at all. But in Islam, us Muslims are supposed to always have optimism inside us. Because we're not going to use optimism not only for ourselves, but also for everyone around us, and more importantly, for our religion. A great example would be our beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who has managed to show us and executed the path of having hope for the future and ignoring bad thoughts. It's true that in reality, negative thoughts tend to be much more powerful than positive thoughts. But we should always have optimism inside us, everywhere and every time, whether it may be the future, the present, or even the past. Because from optimism, we can get a lot of good benefits from it, such as getting a lot of good ideas, getting more self-control, or even learning from our past mistakes as we try and try again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once stated in the Quran, they plan and Allah plans. Surely Allah is the best of planners. Now, do you all think that all of our plans always come true? Of course not. In fact, it is not us who gets to decide whether our plans will come true or not in the future. In fact, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At the same time, nothing will change if you just sit there and watch as the situation gets more worse and worse, and yet another problem occurs. From this, we can learn the fact that we should always believe and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that He will guide us from whatever problem we will face in the future. At the same time, it is actually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has taught everyone, including our beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that us Muslims must always have hope inside us and must always have faith towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because a strong faith would allow us to remember the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our God, who can control everything, everyone, and can ease our problems if we seek for His guidance. Even our beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ once said that hoping for good is also an act of worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A great example here would be the Battle of Badr, a battle where the Muslim army had an approximately of 313 soldiers against an army of 1,000 troops. Now, I know that it really is hard to believe the fact that we actually won this war, even though we were outnumbered at a great extent. But in reality, the Muslim army mainly used the power of optimism, supported by the power of courage, self-belief, and finally cooperation. Thank you for listening to my speech today. I hope that you all have learned something from my speech today. I know that I've made a lot of mistakes, but please do forgive me because I will try my best to not make as much mistakes as I can. My final quote for today's speech is, I remain an optimist because of my unflinching faith that must prosper in the end, quoted by Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you all for listening to my speech. I hope that you all enjoyed my speech. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.